Reunion. Hello, y'all. I was selling crack on a private jet up in the hell and back. But no confusion, this a reunion. Hello, y'all. Welcome back. Get murder here. He counting money. He said, "Can man, the hell with rap. I'm only here to shit on niggas and piss on bitches. Welcome, ass. I bought jewelry and bikes, nigga. Black Benzes and white Vigors. Now I'm out here and I'm looking for more chandeliers and light fixtures. Nah. I don't like niggas, what's wrong with me? I'm a hype nigga, but this 44 turn to Michael Jordan. I look and say, take flight, nigga.
Welcome back to It Is What It Is. This episode is sponsored by Underdog. The app is an easy way to make some cash just by making picks on your favorite players. Underdog is available in more than 30 states, including California, Texas, and New York, just to name a few. Make sure to support the show by hitting the link in the bio and downloading the Underdog app. Use code MACECAM or STAT to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash and get 2 free picks for this week only. The Patrick Mahomes free pick is for all customers. All he needs is 1 yard for an easy W on your first cash entry. I'm Treasure Wilson, aka Stat Baby, along with your hosts Mase and Cam.
Killa, what's good, man?
Hey, shit was good with you, man.
Chilling, man. How you doing?
I'm good, man. Nice glasses, man.
Yeah, these are lover boys, but not the love they talking about out there.
Wow.
You seen they indicted the mayor?
Yeah, it's getting crazy, man.
You know what's crazy? Is this word everything I love. Last month, they called me and see if I wanted the key to the city. I said, I don't want to be involved with nothing. I said, they offered me that shit. They said, Cam, you want the key to the city? I said, that ain't really up my alley right now. I'm cool with the key to the New York City, man.
You want the key
Yo, word to blood. That's word to everything I love. Yo, Cam, you interested in the key to the city? I said, what does that get you?
Who, the mayor said that?
Mayor's office. I'm like, what does that get you? I don't want nothing to do with keys to the city, the niggas giving them out, the niggas who had previously had them. I don't got nothing to do with the key to the city. I don't got nothing to do with that. I actually got to go to New York this weekend for about 20 minutes.
Niggas is trying to stay out of New York.
Yeah, man, it's hot. Pause.
Yeah, gotta go Coolio.
It's quiet, man.
I'm dead. Well, today we are joined with our analyst, Maurice Clarett.
Mo, is good, Mo?
Life is good. Everything's good. How y'all doing out there?
Mo, what's up? I'm back. What's up? What's up? But last week, I had niggas from my man Dion. What's up? It's quiet.
It's quiet.
It's quiet. What's up with you?
We're about to go on a run right now, so it's gonna be a whole lot of Ohio State talking.
Listen,
we're about to go
y'all
on a
kicked
run.
me out the car. Y'all kicked me out the car. And listen, I've been waiting for this episode today. I've been waiting for today's episode. I don't have no footage today for y'all. But don't act like I ain't still connected in Columbus. You know I'm connected. Now, from what I'm hearing from my niggas on the street, because they still do a little business around the arena, it's Ohio State. They got a little business around there. Shout out to my nigga Free, shout out to my nigga Killa. I ain't gonna name nobody else, but shout out to my niggas out there. From what I'm hearing, and I don't know this, but Mase was supposed to come in and show up on y'all. What happened, murder? Is that true, Mo? I told you, Greasy Harlem nigga. Greasy Harlem.
Yeah.
It's true. Okay. Because from what I was hearing, everybody was waiting for murder to pull up. So I was like, oh, this what they doing? Niggas called me like, yo, murder pulling up to them. I'm like, damn, I can't even get to Colorado today. I gotta figure some shit out. They said Mase never pulled up. I say, oh yeah, I tried to tell Mo, don't go against the Buckeyes. I'm still in tune with what's going on. Greasy nigga from Harlem, on 33rd Street, don't trust him. He from 133rd and Lennox. Don't let the Florida shit fool you. Don't let the niggas from 133rd between Lennox and 7th Avenue, be careful. So y'all want to tell me what happened?
Yeah,
Y'all want to talk to me about it?
Crazy.
Shout out my nigga Free. Shout out to Killa. Thank y'all for the info. Now, do y'all want to tell me what happened? Yeah.
Yes, Stat. Do your job, Stat.
That was said loud and clear.
All right, cool. Yo, listen, baby, bring me back home.
I got you, man.
I'm waiting for today's episode. This is my favorite episode of the week. I've been waiting for you.
Silence was loud.
What you said, 133rd? That's some Mase. I don't
between
know,
Lennox
man.
and 7th. I forget his building number, but I can walk you there. Probably 133 or something like that. 127, 133. What's your building number?
134th West 133rd.
Yeah, 134. Yeah. So I thought my building was 101. I thought you was on the I side of the street. Yeah, that's where you from, no more. That's the more. He was a watch out. He was a lookout when he was 9.
Okay, let's just get started. So Michael Irvin can now rest at night because the Cowboys beat the Giants 22-15. What did you guys think overall of this game, Maurice?
Dallas, and they should be grateful that they have kickers, man, because that seemed like that was the only thing working today. It was a few things that I seen with Dallas. One, grateful that they have kickers, and I'm happy that CeeDee Lamb got going after his apology earlier this week, and I seen Mike praising him earlier on the show yesterday, and so I was happy to see he was going. But I was also worried about all of the defenders that they had going down. I know they had a defensive end, they had Stephon Diggs at the end of the third quarter, and then they had Michael Parsons get carted off. So, I don't know what it's going to look like for him moving forward, but be thankful that both teams had kickers because that seemed like that was the only thing working. And New York was in it, but they had a quarterback that they paid a lot of money to who couldn't deliver. And so shouts out to Dallas.
Oh man, I think Dak had a pretty cool game. I mean, he did pretty decent. I even think Jones did pretty well. But when you got, this kind of accuracy from the kickers, it just seemed like they was just scoring all 8 points from there. It's not really much to talk about, from my take.
I actually watched this whole game. I fell asleep in the middle of the third quarter because shit was wild boring.
Yeah.
To be totally honest with you. But look, Dak, you couldn't ask for more. He caught fire in the fourth quarter. He only missed 5 passes, 22 for 27, 221 yards. But to be totally honest with you, I was really impressed, and I was, people was like him last week. They was like, yo,
by Jones.
You was this and there, you Jones now. Calm down. That's why I tell y'all niggas, relax. It's week to week. And now we got to hear Michael Irvin next week, but we'll deal with that when he gets back. It was 2 plays, and it's a few things. I don't like how offensive coordinators or head coaches or whoever's doing the play calling this season, when teams are behind the close games, not being aggressive. Like you're down, and I'm just using a scenario, not necessarily this game. You're down 5 points, and it's a 2nd and 6, and you throw a 3-yard pass. And you're at 3rd and 3. And if you don't get the first down, the game could possibly be on the line. I have a problem with you not being aggressive. You know who's aggressive? The Kansas City Chiefs. It hasn't been working out for the Bengals. They're aggressive. The other day, the Washington Commanders were aggressive. The Giants were not aggressive. Now, to Daniel Jones's credit, they're on the drive. They're down 5 points. He made some key throws that could have got the first down, but the receivers actually dropped the pass. Twice. 2 times they were on the last drive of the game before the Cowboys, or their last drive of the game before the Cowboys got it back. And that's not a fact because they actually got it back and they threw an interception. Their second to last drive of the game, less than 3 minutes left. He dropped 2 dimes, and both receivers dropped them and gave the Cowboys the ball back. Cowboys kicker missed the field goal, so they actually had another chance. The problem is they didn't have any timeouts. And they had to just throw a Hail Mary or some bombs. They tried to get aggressive when it was too late. Besides that, the Cowboys should have won this game. Nothing shocking. How bad they look was terrible. And like you said, Mo, I seen Diggs go to the locker room dehydrated. Micah Parsons is hurt. Few injuries, so we'll see how long these injuries sustain and what they look like moving forward. But they did not look dominant this game whatsoever. The Cowboys I'm talking about.
No.
Agreed. Okay. Derrick Rose has officially retired from the NBA after 16 years. Rose sent out bouquets of 16 flowers to those who were most formative to him throughout his career. It was reported the list included Phil Jackson, his friends, and former trainers. Now that he is retired, do you guys believe he is a Hall of Famer, Maurice?
Ooh, that's a good question. I didn't think you was going to ask that one. I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he's one of my favorite people or one of my favorite players. And I remember first seeing him. I didn't know him in high school, but I remember seeing him in college when he was playing with the University of Memphis. And I just remember just how crazy explosive he was. Pause. Just dunking, just the energy that he injected into that program and the run that he put them on in college. And then I remember when he got to the NBA, to me, when I first seen him, it looked like a more explosive and just, I don't want to say better than Iverson, but it was just a more explosive version of somebody who was real quick, get off the dribble, and then he was raising up on people and dunking on them crazy. And so I remember when he got injured, it made me think of like Grant Hill and Penny Hardaway. And I think that, his career probably got shattered or altered early on just because of those injuries. But in regards to criteria for Hall of Fame, I don't think he meets it, but I think he's one of those players that I think everybody will go down saying, like, had he had not tore his ACL or messed up his knees, I think that he probably would be a Hall of Famer, and I think he has respect as a player, though. So no knocks to him and nothing against him personally, but I just don't think that he probably has the stats or the championships or what you would need to get into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing when it come to Derrick Rose. Getting that early MVP meant that he was going to be super special, and then when he started having the knee injuries, it was just really all downhill from there. But it seemed like something that happens all the time with explosive guards. They either tear their knee or something happen where they lose that explosiveness, and they're used to playing so explosive that they don't really have the other pieces of his game. And I think Derrick Rose is such a celebrated guard that he'll be forever remembered, but I don't think he's a Hall of Fame. I definitely don't think that. I wouldn't go there. I don't think you get to a Hall of Fame with scoring 16 points. I don't think you do. I just don't.
Yeah, listen, injuries fuck Derrick Rose up.
Yeah.
I love Derrick Rose, and I'm really sad for people like him and Brandon Roy too.
Yeah.
Two players, Brandon Roy. Look, we can go. I'm just naming people of recent.
Yeah,
we
super
could go back,
special.
We could go back to Anthony Hardaway. We could go to T-Mac. We go to a bunch of players that were going to be that nigga, and injuries took that away from him. Look, NBA Most Valuable Player 2011, three-time NBA All-Star, NBA First Team 2011 as well. His career stats, they're not bad. I'm not mad at his career stats. He's averaging 17 points a game, 45% from the field, 31% from three-point range, an 83% free throw shooter. Injuries did it to him. And him not making a championship, I think, doesn't get him in the Hall of Fame, because after he left the Bulls, it seemed like he became a journeyman. Played with the Knicks. He played for he's popping up with teams that you're like, where Derrick Rose got them? He played for Memphis last year. You know what I'm saying? And I think
The Pistons.
Yeah, the Pistons. I had it up here. He played for a few different teams, and I was like, damn, niggas just got Derrick Rose all over the place. You know what I'm saying? New York, the Knicks, the Cleveland Cavaliers, Minnesota Timberwolves, Detroit Pistons, the New York Knicks again, twice stint with the Knicks, then the Memphis Grizzlies. I just feel bad because I have to agree, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he was on the right path to be a Hall of Famer.
Got it. And then
shout out to you, Derrick Rose, man. I was a big fan. And even the time, real quick, last thing I'll say, I remember after all them injuries, he scored 50 points probably the year before last when he was playing with Minnesota, or was the 2019 season with Minnesota, and he was sitting there crying because he didn't think that he would get back to even scoring 30 or 40, let alone having a 50-point game. And you could see how happy he was to have 50 points. But we can imagine how much that took away from him as well. So salute to Derrick Rose, all them niggas up there, my niggas in Chicago. We appreciate it and we loved you while you was here.
And then I just want to give context to where this kind of debate came from. So basically, every MVP in NBA history is in the Hall of Fame except for the 9 that played last season, being LeBron James, KD, Steph Curry, Westbrook, James Harden, Giannis, Jokic, Embiid, and now Rose, who is retired. So according to you guys, it's just not going to be enough, basically.
You said every MVP?
Yeah. It says every MVP in NBA history is in the Hall of Fame except for the people that were just playing last season.
I'm changing my pick then. He's going to be in the Hall of Fame.
You think because of the consistency that it's been?
Yeah, they can't change it up on Rose.
And then what do you think?
I'm going to stay sturdy.
I'll tell you, it sounded crazier when you talk about all those teams he played for, too. I just don't see how it happens.
Yeah, I mean, from 2016 to 2024, he only played for the Knicks 2 years in a row. Every year he was with a new team after 2016. From 2021 to 2023, he played those 2 years with the Knicks. And then my opinion is, I'm not saying, like I said, I really feel bad because, I really don't be giving a fuck when they come to niggas and saying how I feel, but I like Derrick Rose a lot. But a lot of people took that contract that he got with the Knicks as sympathy for him fucking with Tom Thibodeau. In the past, that was his coach before he got to New York. So niggas like, Thibodeau gonna give this nigga $15 million a year. We don't know if he's worth $15 million a year. 3-year deal, $15 million, $45 million per year. That sound like that's your man. So I don't know. I'm gonna stay sturdy. I mean, don't get me wrong. I hope he goes to the Hall of Fame. I'm not wishing against him. It just turned into a journeyman from such a super duper height. Like, that nigga was nice, bro. That nigga was nice.
Yeah, definitely the biggest what if story. Okay, so Maurice, last episode, we discussed the UNLV quarterback Matt Sluka, who decided to redshirt and not play for the rest of the season after unfulfilled NIL promises. So recently, their running back, Michael Allen, announced he will sit out the rest of the season as well. UNLV is not looking great. Do you see this becoming a bigger issue for future students? And then what do you think about the situation as a whole, sitting out for not getting their money?
It's not a bigger issue. And I heard y'all talking about it earlier this week with Mike when he was on. And I just, my opinion differs a little bit from going through it directly. There's just a generation gap and just a different understanding. But they promised this guy money, that they didn't end up giving him. And I think if you take anybody in America who's promised anything from an agreement standpoint, and the person doesn't deliver on their word, then you have every right to walk away. But the NCAA have put themselves in this situation for all these years when they made all this money. Everybody's mad at the kids for being empowered to make choices that benefit them. But the NCAA had no rules and no regulations and the power to do anything and put all of the infrastructure in place. And so they didn't do it. So you have circumstances like this. And what you should have, or what should be in place right now, is contracts. And so they should have signed a contract with each other. It should have been legally binding, and the school should have basically held up on their end of the deal. But what happened was that they brought him here. They got him here. They was happy he's playing. They winning games, and they didn't want to give him the money that he was supposed to get. So he has every right to walk away. There's a lot of kids, he may be one of them, that aren't going to the NFL. And so this may be their biggest payday that they can ever get in life. And so 100 grand for a kid who knows that he might go play arena football, or this may be the biggest thing of his life, he has every right to leverage himself to come back next year to try to get more money. So I don't see nothing wrong with it. I would have did the same thing because this thing is a business. It's not college athletics where guys are just happy to put on a uniform and they run out there. This is a real big business where you generate billions of dollars.
Yeah. So Mo, I heard you say that, he was promised this money, right? I also heard you say things like he was playing already without the promise being fulfilled. At what point do you think that he owes it to the rest of his teammates to play this sport of football?
Well, it's two elements of it, right? You want to go out there and do right by your teammates because y'all put in the work, y'all prepared, y'all have done all those things, right? But then there's a business element, right? This isn't little league football. This isn't high school football. This isn't middle school football. When you walk inside of that stadium and you see jerseys with your name on it, you see T-shirts with your name on it, you see people coming to the games for you. After you're done with press conferences, you go out, you sign autographs, right? You start to think to yourself, I've helped to generate all this attention, all this money, and all this revenue. I just want you all to hold up on your end of the bargain. So the burden shouldn't be on the kid to make the morally correct decision. The burden should be on the institution. You know what I'm saying? To say, hey, instead of asking the kid, do you owe it to your team? Somebody should be asking the administration, do y'all owe it to the players to do right by them when y'all made these promises to them that y'all haven't fulfilled? And so people, when they recruiting you, they'll say whatever to get you into whatever scenario or situation. And he probably went out there and started playing thinking that he was going to get his money at some point. They could have said, okay, man, we ain't got the 100 right now. We're 10 here, 15 here, 7 here. They could have paid him as they go. But there's no kid, believe you me, there's no kid who's just going to walk away after he's having success and just walk off the field if he wasn't promised that and think that, hey, man, I could injure myself and not get any of this stuff. And I might not go to NFL, and this dude may be working at, Enterprise Car Rental. That's not, no knock to people who work at Enterprise Car Rental, but he's thinking like, I want to get my payday.
Yeah, I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm thinking about exactly what we're talking about here, because when you look at this player, and him playing at UNLV, it's a rule in Vegas that something about the kids are not supposed to get paid or something. Do you know how that rule goes, Larry?
Yeah. So in Vegas has a law that says they can't get paid, but from the school, from the university,
yeah,
NIL money should have been put aside for him, but they didn't have anything in play from him. So my sources, I'm gonna use that word, my sources.
Yeah,
sources.
Larry.
my
Larry, I asked you one question. You're gonna turn this into a soliloquy. Go ahead, Larry.
No. But
Go ahead.
My source told me that the kid didn't have anything in place. He was getting $3,000 a month. He came in and basically said, "Yo, I need that 100,000." Right? The assistant coach told him he was going to get. Nothing was put in play. No contract. And Coach Odom said, "Go clean your locker. I'll get out of here." Just that simple.
Yeah, but this goes back to that. We can switch it up. This goes back to, remember that old Nick Saban mentality I was telling you about? A lot of these coaches come from that era where they resent playing these players, and this was probably case in point. And he called the kid's bluff, and the kid was like, "All right, man, I'm out of here." You know what I mean? Because if I have enough film that I've showed that I can be productive through 3 games, you sitting here, you can go in the portal and somebody will pick you up because everybody needs good quarterbacks. And so this is what I was talking about. These coaches resent the fact that these kids can make money, and this is the environment that you have that they created.
Mo, I'm kind of confused because you're saying the guy wouldn't make the league, but you're saying he's a good quarterback. Which one is it?
Yeah, so, in order to make the league, bro, you have to be like the premier of the premier. You see Daniel Jones, he got paid all that money, but he's still not a special talent. He's still underthrowing the ball. And there's a lot of guys that their biggest payday may be in college. And there's a lot of guys who are dealing with that reality. Like, I can get $100,000 here, I can get $200,000 here, I can get $600,000 here, but I don't have what Shador has. I don't have what Archie Manning has, or whatever the Manning kid's name down in Texas. I don't have that, right? So I may be a journeyman in the NFL. I may get a tryout. So these guys are trying to cash in. You have to remember, this guy's a 5th-year senior. So if he was even draft eligible, you would have heard about him 2 or 3 years ago. So this is his last year in college, and the reason that he's trying to preserve it is to get that payday.
That makes sense. He needs his money then.
So I'm reading something about this right now. Sorry. They need to figure this shit the fuck out, how to get these kids their money. And it's so many different avenues I could go about when it comes to this particular topic, because one thing, we talked about with Mike Irvin is if the deal ain't on paper, then it don't count. And that's kind of my philosophy too. And another thing with me, I don't count no money till it's in my pocket. Like when somebody says the deal's on a handshake, I said that deal's just as good as the paper is written on. So That's first and foremost. But secondly, if everybody doesn't have a family who knows that. So you got to think about when you're getting recruited, when these schools are coming to your house or telling you, you're going to be that nigga, you're going to be that nigga. A lot of kids not paying attention. They told that to 10 other quarterbacks. They have to do that to get you there. And then when you get there, you're not promised what they told you you're going to get there. Then you told me you want to give me $100,000. When? I don't tell me no shit like that. It wasn't us who told you that shit. Nah, nigga, I ain't bugging. You told me you was gonna give me 100.
Nigga said when I said that.
When did I say that? So I don't think he would have got up and left if they didn't say that. I really don't believe that. Secondly, Mo, you made a great point just now. I never looked at that. We have to think about it. It's 30 NFL teams, if I'm not mistaken, right? Mo?
32.
32, pardon me. I'm sorry. 32 NFL teams. So that means it's only 32 available quarterback ones, starting quarterbacks.
Mm-hmm.
So that means it's only 96 quarterback jobs available in the NFL. When there's hundreds upon hundreds, if not thousands, of quarterbacks playing football. So the likelihood of you getting a job in the NFL is not likely. And like Mo just said, like I said, that was a great point, Mo. If you could get more money in college than you probably will after you leave college trying to do the sport that you love, I need all mine now, nigga. I need mine now because I don't know what my next step is. First of all, we wasn't ranked. I got us cooking. Now we number 22. Yo, what are y'all gonna do? Is y'all gonna pay me? Nah, we ain't never say that. All right, I gotta go. I'm gonna figure it out. I'm a red shirt year. And I'm going to come back next year and bust somebody's ass on a different school. Pause. Secondly, from what I'm hearing, my personal opinion and what Larry told me, and because Larry's from Nevada, he's actually from Las Vegas, is that the backup quarterback is just as good, if not better. So I think that UNLV said, go on and get out of here. We got somebody just as good as you. Because if he was that important, they would be like, yo, hold on. 10 on the way. 10, we got 10. 10 coming. Yeah. Right or wrong, P?
Not 10. Get you to 20 by Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Just hold on.
We working on it.
Yeah. We working on it. Take 10. We got 10 now. By Thanksgiving, 20 coming. We gonna finish this shit up in January. Get on out of here, shorty. This nigga's nasty.
You wanna leave, nigga? Go ahead.
Go take your head, my nigga. Did the backup quarterback right?
Yeah, he said it's about time.
Yeah, the backup quarterback, like, it's about time. Yeah. I got this.
Get him out of here.
Get him out. Yeah.
And UNLV was cooking last year, quite as it kept. They've been the best betting team in the last 16 games in the in college football. So this ain't new for the Rebels. Rebels been balling out. It's just that this is the first time since Randall Cunningham, I think I told you, they're 3-0. They started 3-0.
Well, the thing about it, Larry, is once you lose 2 games, you can't be ranked and all that. And you're not going to win a championship. Right. So you're from Nevada. You're a homer. So they haven't been cooking.
No. I'm saying the last year. I'm saying the last year and a half. I'm saying the last year and a half. I'm not talking about.
They're not ranked. This first time they've been ranked in a minute.
About they've been cooking.
But, bro, they were horrible before that, though. They were horrible.
Degrees, Larry? On what degree?
Listen. We know we ain't getting Title Town at UNLV. Now, we got some other titles in Las Vegas now. Cut it out.
Listen,
they got Cadillac. They got Cadillac as the coach. They should be turning it around.
Hey, listen, man. It's Title Town. Y'all got the Aces, nigga. Yeah. Back-to-back champs going for the 3-peat.
Yeah, before we had the hockey
team too.
On,
absolutely.
Come on, man.
Now you're champions of ladies, Larry. Come on with that. This nigga Mo.
Back to back, baby.
These champs is ladies now.
I got none. I love the ladies.
Yeah.
And the hockey team. The hockey team too.
Got the best player women's basketball player. Come on now.
But yeah, on a serious note, and I know we laughing, but because we right this, I'll be talking on some regular shit. But if the nigga ain't had a backup quarterback, niggas would have been like, let's figure it out. Mm-hmm. From what I'm hearing, the backup quarterback is just as good, not better. They like, yo, kick rocks, red shirt. We wish you luck. Pack your shit up. Be out by 9 p.m. tonight. Go back home. And so we'll see what happens. But I'll tell you one thing. They play this weekend, Saturday. I'm really looking forward. I don't know if I'm going to necessarily have time to watch the game live, but I will record it and watch it later because if they lose, it's going to be bad business because y'all was 3-0. Y'all got ranked to number 22. Homeboy stepped off, and now y'all lose. This would not look good. So we'll look forward to next week talking about this. I can't wait.
Yeah, it's Hajj, Malik, Williams. So yeah, like you said, if they lose, then they have a lot to worry about and change. Okay, so moving along, a group of former star football players at the University of Michigan has sued the NCAA, demanding to be paid $50 million for the continued commercial use of their names, images, and likeness. With this continued lawsuits against universities, we've seen a lot of them. Do you guys think NIL is starting to have more complications, or does the good outweigh the bad? Maurice?
No, the NIL isn't having more complications. This is just the residual effect of the NCAA not putting structure in place to get us here. But with these niggas suing these universities, these niggas don't even understand what they going up against. I think they all crazy. I root for them to win, but after when I sued the NFL and when I found out like what I was actually up against in comparison to the lawyer giving me advice on telling me who I was getting ready to fight, like it's like fucking throwing a rock at the ocean. You know what I mean? You don't realize that you're dealing with, state officials, governors, judges, and everybody else who supports this university. And so what I think these dudes are doing, a lot of these dudes may be, at the end of their careers, they don't really got much going on. They want some money, maybe not a Reggie Bush case, but most of these dudes really don't have shit going on. And they think that they're about to get a money grab. But man, when you fighting these fucking institutions of lawyers and all of these powerful politicians, they gonna, knock that shit out, because if you let one group of athletes win, it opens the floodgates and they say, where does it stop? And so my advice to these guys, man, if you got my number, you can hit me up on Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I'll tell you what really happened when I fought the NFL. I actually went to a conference and the Supreme Court justice told me, she said, man, you was fucking crazy for even thinking that you can win just because you don't have the money, you don't have the legal team. We have 1,600 lawyers. Like, how the fuck are you going to win? So that's my advice.
Yeah, I would tell them abort this mission, man. Abort it right now, wherever you're at. Rethink what you're thinking right now, because not only is there a lawyer retainer for this that'll just keep the case postponed till you never really get to court, because the people who's trying to sue doesn't have enough money to keep going back to court and keep pushing it back. And then to think about the life after this lawsuit. I think when people sue people, they don't realize what's going to happen after you sue this. So let's say they don't win the case, which they're probably not going to win. But if they don't, let's just say they don't. After this, these corporations are still going to have their name listed for things that they want to make sure that they're not a part of. And when you're big corporations, you got a lot of friends in a lot of different places that are not accounted for when people are suing. And, who knows, 5 years from now, you're trying to go somewhere and the person's like, oh, I didn't get it. And you don't know why. It was back because of that lawsuit. And not to put fear in them, but if you win, you could win. But it's too much you're risking at this point.
Stop using niggas shit. Like, yo, niggas, you know how frustrating that is? You see that shit on TV. From what I'm understanding, I'm just going off with
you're right.
Nigga. Yo, stop using my shit. Mase, how you feel when you hear Welcome Back come on for shit and you don't get paid for it?
Yeah,
so
you're right.
When
you're right.
Yeah, when you hear one of your songs come on and you don't get paid for it.
But like, yo, you're on Dig Sporting Goods, yo. Welcome back to little kids, man. I don't care nothing about them kids, man. I need my check,
should
man.
You abort the mission? should you abort the mission about going to get your money?
You're right, Killa.
Yeah, stop using niggas shit and not paying niggas, B. Like, yo, because you know why? When you use somebody else's shit, they come after you. I don't know if I talked about this on the show. I'm pretty sure I did at one point in time. I had a mixtape come out called The Program. It's a picture I took off the internet of some kids in Harlem. It's actually shot on 143rd and Lanks Avenue, probably in the 70s or 80s. They sued me for using the picture. Some nigga in Connecticut took the picture of some niggas in Harlem, which is actually 2 blocks from the block I live from. I'm thinking I'm posting nostalgia. Him and Getty Images said, we feel you and all that, but you shouldn't have used it. I said it's everywhere. This picture's all over the internet. I go back to the internet to find it. It's gone. It's only for when my mixtape is out. You can't find the picture nowhere else. I lost the case. I had to pay $125,000 because some nigga from Connecticut came down 43rd, taking pictures of niggas in Harlem, steal our culture, and then I got to pay for our culture 2 blocks away from my house. But I lost the case. That's the point I'm trying to make. So when it's somebody else's shit, they'll come get you and be like, yo, you use my shit. But when you use some kid shit who don't have the savvy or have the legal representation or don't know how to go about it, because what Mase did say is 100% right. They'll stall you out. They'll stall you out as long as they can stall you out to the point where you may use all your financial resources. Then you may forget about it because it took 2-3 years. They will push this as far back as they could. But that don't make it right to be like, yo, just forget about it. And Mase is also right when he's saying that they'll bring it up later in life like these niggas is a headache. These niggas want to be suing niggas. It's my shit.
Yeah, and they took your stuff.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So what Mase is saying is not wrong, but we can't just take niggas shit and be like, push it back. Right now, right this very second, niggas owe me publishing from 2001 to 2012. Nigga had me on hold for 7 hours. Phone just sitting there on hold for 7 hours. Have my lawyer on hold. So now I got to subpoena these niggas. Now I got to go to court. Niggas like, oh, nah, we ain't know you called. Now I'm in the process now we negotiating, getting everything right, because it's going to be millions of dollars they got to pay me, because y'all niggas, you know what I was doing between that time? Niggas playing my publishing, and it was all my publishing. See, I ain't going to get to a bunch of music shit. They thought that my first record label still owned my publishing. Once I got that deal, they didn't own my publishing no more. So niggas been having my publishing in the escrow for 9-10 years. You know how much cake that is? Niggas don't want to give me that. I got to fight I'm still fighting. They finally called back and they still be like, oh, what's up? It's going to work out, but it's taken 12 years to get this money. If what I was like, man, fuck it. Nah, nigga, nah, give me mines, man. Nah, man, I need mines, bro. So I agree with Mase what he's talking about, but that don't make it right to keep using people's name and likeness and not paying them.
Okay, and then real quick before we go to break, Maurice, so basically what about in the case of Reggie Bush? Like he's trying to sue USC, Pac-12, and NCAA. I know you were giving your thoughts about big corporations and businesses. Do you think that'll go well with him, or do you think that'll be a bad case? How do you view that situation?
I don't know how it's going to work out. Reggie Bush has more resources than that collection of guys for Michigan to do it. I'm pretty sure he has a great law firm, lawyers. I'm pretty sure they set him down. But I'm talking about, I was in let me give you my story real quick. It didn't take 2 seconds. I was in New Hampshire. After 20 years, I sat down with the lawyers who were a part of the NFL who basically stopped me from coming in, right? And the judge, when we were there, she said, Maurice, do you even understand who you're up against? And she told my lawyer to his face, why would you advise this guy to go against all of this, which he would never win? And when I think of Reggie Bush and I think about just political connection, you're talking about the NCAA, you're talking about USC, who you just partnered back up with, and you talk about just these large institutions. I agree with Cam, even though it's not right, do you have the patience? Do you have the money? Do you have just the perseverance to try to even get through it all? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? And so I don't know if he's going to win, but I just know the fight is like significant.
It's exhausting.
Right? But it's exhausting. But I'll also say this to Mace's point. This is a serious point. Before I came back to Ohio State and got connected with Ohio State, the fact that there was like a disdain with the relationship, it was so many people who looked at Ohio State like a family that they didn't even want to do business with me. They was like, you ain't cool with them, so I don't really want to do nothing with you. I don't know where Reggie Bush lives, but Reggie Bush, the money that he's fighting for, just being back in good graces with USC and the avenues and the doors that may open up from being that, I thought that he should have just rolled that route and worked that angle to just like do business. You know, you got millions already. People want to be next to you. It looks like a good redemption story. I would have probably chose that route, but I can't tell another man on, you know, how to pursue their business. But I hope it works out for him. I know Reggie Bush. I hope it works out for him. I just was with Matt Leiter last weekend. I hope it works out, but just me personally, I wouldn't have chose that route.
Yeah, this is really interesting, like you said, because USC is so connected with his legacy, right? It's almost is a weird thing when you have to go against your legacy to get what's rightfully yours. That's another troubling point, because it's almost like you're destroying a part of you while trying to get something that belongs to you. That makes it a real interesting pursuit, you know?
And what's the exact question set?
Yeah, it's basically just saying with, Reggie Bush basically doing his lawsuit against USC, Pac-12, and the NCAA, do you guys see this going well for him, or do you think it's kind of like an abort mission situation?
My thing is, personally, I feel him on what he's doing, but I don't think he's going to win. I want him to win, but it's like same thing like Mase said the other day, and I was going to make the point, but he said it before me. It's like niggas who sell weed now. You could sell weed now because it's legal. You couldn't sell weed in 1991 or whatever. It was illegal. You know what I'm saying? So that's like right now, if niggas who've been convicted for weed be like, nah, nigga, I got to sue the whole government and everybody else because y'all niggas is selling weed. I was actually a visionary. Y'all didn't see what the future was about to happen, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I seen it. Y'all ain't see it. Nah, give me mine. Give me mine. So what they trying to do and compensate to be like, nah, we'll put you at the top of the list if you want to get your weed license if you've been convicted for weed. But what's the process for that? In New York, you be like, yo, if you got $8 million, we'll put you at the top of the list. Niggas don't got a lot of niggas ain't got $8 million for the license, nigga. Nah, nigga, it's a no-win situation. I hope Reggie Bush wins, but certain laws change, and when this was not legal, and I'm not saying he's wrong, I'm just saying the fact.
Yeah.
When it wasn't legal to take money
You was
from
taking
niggas,
it.
you was taking it.
Yeah.
Because we talked about this, you're gonna open up a can of worms. What about the niggas who didn't take money? Should they be paid because they could have made money and did things the right way? We could go down a list of niggas. I think we talked about earlier last week or this week. You know what I mean? Niggas who could have made money, but they didn't take money or didn't get caught. So I hope Reggie Bush wins, but at the end of the day, it don't look good because the law was the law at the time, and now the law has changed. And listen, this is one of them situations where, I don't know if I rubbed off on Stat. If you could get away with it.
Hey, man.
Look, get away with it. I always tell niggas I got to college with no high school diploma, man. You can beat the system.
That's your new moniker. Beat the
That was
system.
a perfect explanation.
He didn't beat the system.
Nice. Okay. We're going to go to break. When we return, we will discuss a quote from CJ Stroud. Don't go anywhere.
She called this thing about toxic. 4 years and counting. Got you feeling like an option. Maybe I'm my own problem, babe. She tired of hearing I don't know. My stubborn in me won't fall. Dealing with this thing called trust. But she really thinking about she wanna be free.
Welcome back. Now let's get into our Underdog picks of the day. On Sunday, the Bills will play the Ravens. Underdog has Josh Allen at 228.5 passing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
Higher, of course you're gonna have more than that.
Yeah, I'm gonna go higher too. This should be a good. This should be a goodie. I'm excited. It's probably my favorite game of the week coming up.
Okay, Lamar Jackson's at 57.5 rushing yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Cam?
Higher. Going higher, definitely.
Okay, and Derrick Henry's at 77.5 rushing and receiving yards. Do you have him higher or lower, Mase?
I'm going higher.
Yeah, Derrick Henry broke out his shell the last game. What do you got, 154? It was crazy, whatever. Yes, it was wild. It was wild. Put up some numbers. But you combine the rushing yards and receiving yards, 77, hell yeah, high.
There you go. If you guys like these picks, remember you get 2 free picks for this week. So if you're not already on Underdog, make sure to sign up now and you can make your picks too. We are joined back with our analyst, Maurice Clarett. Okay, so CJ Stroud said that seeing James Harden's contract changed his mindset about his future. He said, I remember I seen James Harden's contract. They broke it all down, thought they're paying this dude all this money to play a sport we grew up loving. From that moment on, my life changed. I stopped going to lunch. I stopped hanging out. I stopped going to parties. I stopped doing a lot of things. I started just grinding and working because I wanted to change my family dynamic. And my last name, I want it to mean something. So hearing what CJ Stroud had to say about James Harden, have you guys ever had a moment that made you view your career differently? And then how do you feel about the way that he changed his lifestyle to make his last name mean something? Maurice, I'm going to let you go first.
Yes, it's kind of twofold for me. The first piece I said just when I was younger, just playing football and seeing people, obviously play on TV, just dreaming and visioning I could do it one day. That like motivated me. But, once I ended up going to prison and getting out of prison, like a small moment that changed me was just like one day I remember it was a lady, she was trying to make me do community service, like once I got out of prison. And I remember she used to try to make me do the most humiliating job. She would always want to put me on the streets to pick up the trash and to have other people see me in this light. Or she would always say that, somebody couldn't come pick me up and I had to ride the bus and I had to wait at the bus stop with everybody else. And I remember saying to myself, like, I'd never want to do this shit again in my life. And I'd do anything to basically, motivate myself to get the hell out of here because I never wanted to live like that. And those are like my personal moments. But, shout outs to CJ. I think CJ's a great role model for and representation for a lot of young black quarterbacks and just the way he presents himself and moves throughout the league. I know a lot of black quarterbacks always get criticism about being dumb, unintelligent, and sort of like they're not thinkers. But I remember watching him on a podcast with Micah Parsons over the summer and articulating the game, speaking well, and presenting himself well. So shouts out to him, and I'm happy that they've pushed this content out about him.
Now shout out to CJ Stroud. Seeing James Harden, I guess whatever, nigga, you should have been motivated before that. There's a lot of niggas getting some chicken before James Harden. But I understand where he's coming from. I really get it because it's like, I don't know what his relationship is with James Harden though. Is he cool with James Harden? Does he know him or he just happened to see him on TV and be like, nah, to break down that contract is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be crazy. But I'm gonna be honest with you, listen, you got, growing up when I grew up, right? You got drug dealers, you got athletes, you got rappers, you got all type of shit. We always had them athletes in my neighborhood that were always right there, but never. Shout out to Shamgar, he actually made it. You know what I'm saying? Charles Jones, you know what I'm saying? Like, ain't no disrespect that I'm talking about. Like, I always talk about outside Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I don't know what superstars we had. So you got fucking
Steph
Marbury, yeah. Steph Marbury too. Definitely Steph Marbury. But you look at the drug dealers and you like, what's y'all plan? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got a plan, and y'all niggas don't really have a plan. Y'all wouldn't give us money to go to the studio. Y'all ain't get it. So you got, you got Kumo D, you got Big L, you got fucking Dougie Fresh. But to be totally honest with you, the one who made me see it was real, Dollar. I'm not gonna lie. When Mase, because you got rappers, but when Mase turned into a superstar, you like, nah, the superstar. nah, not the superstar. Him and Kuda, them two niggas grinded it out and turned into a superstar. I'm like, because you might know a nigga who like let's say you know a nigga like Steph. Steph Marbury, he my man, but he ain't my man. Like Mase is my man. Like, nah, not the superstar. Like, I remember Mase sold 3 million records in a month or something like that. I said, yo, my nigga, he got a triple platinum plaque. We was at Madison Square Garden doing the show with him or something. I say, yo, you went triple platinum? They say, yeah, it happened, man. It was bound to happen. All right, murder. All right. Yeah, it happened. I was just, yo, cut this shit, bro. It was going to happen. Yo, stop, bro. But I'm being honest, when this nigga sold millions and millions of records, I'm like, oh, this shit could really happen. Because you got niggas who was good. But even Jay-Z, and like I'm not bringing Jay-Z, only reason I bring Jay-Z up is because Dame Dash is my man too. And he was partners with Jay-Z, but Jay-Z ain't do it before Mase. You know what I'm saying? Mase was the first nigga that I actually knew that sold millions and millions of records. And not only millions and millions of records, I'm talking about we would go to the mall. I remember we was in St. Louis, I don't remember where the fuck we was at. And we went to Kentucky Fried Chicken. And this girl could not take the order. She was just shaking and just dropped the chicken and just screamed and fell out like, it's Mase. I said, what the fuck is going on? I said, yo, Murder, this just state to state. It's like, you know, I'm in New York. I said, yo, Murder, it's like this. Your word to blood, this nigga say, Cam, you gotta calm down because you can't look like you're excited and all that. Yo, I said, all right, Murder, stop acting like you knew this was going to happen, my nigga. You was writing rhymes for some niggas one day, I think Young Gavin or some niggas, and I wrote some rhymes for the niggas. It's like, oh, it's the best thing ever. I'm like, Murder, they love us. She's like, Cam, stop being loud. They gonna love it. This. All right, you know what? I'm gonna just do what I gotta do. I'll see you later. Cause you pissing me off acting like you knew this was dope. You getting me mad actually. Acting like you knew this was gonna happen. Yeah. So that's I'm being totally honest. That's the person who made me realize that if you work hard and you perfect your craft, if you got something going on, that it could really, really happen.
Oh man. Let me see who really motivated me. I think one time I saw LL one time. He was on 25th and he just came through in like a BMW or something. He got out and he went in the Apollo Express, and it's like he bought every sweater that was in the joint. I was just like, yo, niggas is getting a lot of money, man. And that was the thing that really let me know that it could be done.
What happened to the whole story time thing? Because we should bring that back.
I don't know what makes Rob. I gotta get permission for story time. We should.
Pause is my goal. I gotta ask Killa some stuff.
Niggas love story time. I ain't no fun.
Story time be fire.
Look, I'll tell you another story time when I was like Mase losing his damn mind, in my opinion. We was on tour, not losing his mind, but we was on tour, and this is the last thing because we should bring it back. And we was somewhere and we landed, and the nigga Murder, I'm thinking, I'm Murder man. I forget what two-door Benz it was, maybe a 450 black joint. Who would have had to meet us at the airport with it. He had that shit waiting at the airport. And I was like, damn, that shit tough. Nigga said, word, B, this shit here. Y'all see y'all later. I was like, murked out. Sitting there like, yo, where's nigga? I thought I was passenger. Black 450, I'll never forget it, right? Waiting for him at the airport. Don't get me the numbers wrong. It was a two-door, the newest shit. Nigga was out. But I respect it now. I get it. I did that too when it was my turn.
I think that'll be it for today. Maurice, thank you for being here.
Mo, see you in Ohio, Mo.
Yeah, wait on it.
See you in Ohio. It's real.
In the comments, #ask Mase and #ask Cam, because I want to know what y'all want to know, because at this point, we're going to have to start asking them because there's a lot of stories that I want to know too. Yeah. But that is all the time that we have for today. Thanks for watching. And as always, it is what it is.
What you want, nigga? Everything, nigga, super size. Two Big Macs, like when they doing them 2 for $5.